ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Kick It Podcast, brought to you by Kick It Labs. This is the second half of the 2024 season, which means more limited episodes. The season is almost coming to an end, but very exclusive interviews for the second half. My name is Victor V. I'm your co-host of this podcast, here joined by my brother Osai Lenz, Bruce.
Yo.
And yes, we do have a guest, and you can see him right here on YouTube. But for everybody out there in the Spotify world, Apple Podcasts, wherever you do your audio streaming, we are joined by Bishop Snow for this podcast interview.
What's going on? What's going on?
Brother, thank you for kicking it with us again, man.
Man, it's good to be back.
Yeah, welcome
It's
back.
really good to be back. It's been like 2 years.
Yeah, easily, bro. And
Yeah.
I think last time you dropped by, it wasn't an interview. It was just like a be-op. You were just like...
Yeah, it was a be-op. Yeah,
we were just talking smack. So,
yeah.
but, these last couple of years, you have been on a journey, man. And, really excited to hear what this journey has been for you the last couple of years, man.
Yeah, you guys gave me my first interview ever, first podcast, anything. So, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's full circle, and it's, fuck, man, a lot's happened since then.
Well,
Live.
from the very first interview, yeah, bro, like your growth has been, nonstop. Like anything, you get little hiccups here and there, but you gotta overcome them. But like where you at right now, man, like
Yeah.
my hat's off to you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Just, trying. You know what I'm saying?
Well, definitely, like the growth. What he was saying has been amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like you always had it in you. You always had that aura. But I think now, not just North County seeing it. I think the whole world is seeing it.
Yeah, man, and that's the cool thing about what I've been able to do, utilizing the social media and really just pushing the music out there the way that I have. It's kind of become an international thing. You know what I mean? Like people really have reached out through all social media from all different parts of the world. You know what I mean? And being able to look at my numbers through like the streaming services and stuff like that, like you kind of are able to see. What's worked and the fact that the process has really just been paying off. But it's definitely a blessing. You know what I mean? All of it's a blessing, and I've been able to, just progress and just become a better person and a better artist out of all of it.
Yeah, and I just seen something today on Instagram. Like it was like if I don't exactly. I'm gonna butcher this shit right away, but like it was,
All right, lay it down.
Already in 10 minutes.
yeah. It was something like, if would you look up to you if you weren't in your body? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like something along those lines. Not exactly the right words and shit, but something along those lines, and that's real important. I think for a lot of people, because like you could have all the fame, you can have all the friends in the world, you can have all the money in the world, but you can still be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's one thing that this journey has really pushed me to learn is just how to be a better person all around. And the thing that I've kind of focused on a lot throughout this journey is making sure that I'm, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally just stable. You know what I mean? And on point at all times. At times, you break in any of those categories, and it's life. It's character development, and you got to break to build. So the one thing that I have seen and experienced is that when you break through those times and the times of rebuilding, you know what I mean, I've been able to come back better, in different aspects of life. But it's all a part of the journey nonetheless. So and that includes just being a person, being a father, being an artist, and all those different things. It's you gotta learn, and the lessons you gotta be eager to learn, and then the lessons that you learn, you have to apply them to your life, and ultimately that's what's gonna make you rise up.
Yeah, and we're definitely excited for you, and we're here with you, and just seeing your journey, man, and it's not even like you're barely reaching a certain level. I can't wait till you break that barrier.
Yeah,
and it's coming, man. It's coming.
Yeah, I'm trying, and like I said, it's definitely this has definitely been one of the trying times within this journey. It's probably like this, since I feel like outside looking in, it's kind of different because I dropped the album on July 1st, and then since then just promoting it and making the music videos happen and all this stuff, and TikTok's really been cracking off for me, and Instagram too, but Instagram kind of is a little stagnant, which happens at times. But I guess the outside looking in, it kind of just it looks a little different. But this is probably one of the most trying times emotionally and mentally in my life, and just trying to grow out of that and grow past it, and not let it drag me down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So really figuring out how to become a better person out of all of this, and not allowing myself to become dragged down again, you know what I mean, through all those times.
And what can you say about your time management and your discipline has been on this progress? Has it been developing more? Have you always have that strong time management set and also discipline? Because, in the gym set, that also comes with discipline as well.
Yeah, I mean, with the gym, the gym is kind of what, like, ties me together, I guess, in a sense. The gym is really like an outlet for me. So, without the gym, I feel like I would be kind of everywhere, and my life would be sporadic. My mind would be sporadic, a lot of different things. But, utilizing the gym and making sure that my physical fitness is on point, it kind of all ties together. Like I said, mentally, that shit keeps me sane. But as far as time management, just really creating a schedule and making sure that you're not like throwing your time away and you're not wasting it. Because I would definitely say at this point in my life, in this chapter of my life, I've realized how much more important time is for me than anything. And not that I didn't know that before, but I guess, how could I reword that? Wasting time.
Yeah.
Wasted time is something I cannot afford right now at all. I mean, you know what I mean? We only have so long on this earth, and I can't afford to waste any time, whether it be, kicking it with the wrong people, whether it be, who I surround myself with, the women that I'm with, you know what I mean? It's all time that I need. Money you could get back. You spend money, it comes back. You know what I mean? And they're printing new money every day, but once that clock is out, you know what I mean, it's over. So you need to utilize your time wisely, and time management has really been a big thing for me in that reason. Within the past few weeks, I feel like I've slipped up on my time management a little bit more, because I've just kind of just mentally, I spent 2 weeks in Vegas house sitting for my brother last month, and he has 2 Dobermans. He had a business trip in Colombia, so he slid down there. And within that time, I kind of, I don't know, it was a little bit more emotionally and mentally trying for me, being out there by myself and being in Vegas and shit like that. Like, I know people out there, but it's not like, that place is fucking depressed, you know what I mean? That place is fucking literally, it's like it's Sin City for a reason, but that place could be hell on earth, quite personally. And coming back and dealing with a lot of family shit and some personal shit I was dealing with, it kind of dragged me down for a little bit, so I got thrown off. So really, it's just been a climb back, like this whole past 2 weeks since I've been back, just trying to climb back. I feel like fucking SpongeBob trying to get out of rock bottom. You know what I mean? Like there's no bus going up right now. Like I'm just trying to figure it out. But luckily, I mean, with the help of my homies and the people that I do surround myself with that are, always in a positive manner and always trying to make sure that I'm good. Without them, I wouldn't. Fuck, man. I mentally, I'd be broken through this whole journey. Really, I have like a small group of friends that I really like rock with. And it's, my circle's not very big, but without them, I wouldn't have shit, because I don't really have family out here. I just have my son. You know what I mean? So it's like,
it is crazy though. Like once you start kind of realizing certain things like that, like I was going through the same stuff, and once I really got in here with the Kick It Lab boys, like I tell everybody all the time, like, like I owe them everything, like all the success. Everybody's like, man, you're always working, you're always doing stuff, you're out there. And it's like, but you gotta have a team. You gotta have a team. It's not just one person.
And the team includes my friends and even Matt Strange, Andres and Daniel. They're aware of a lot of the personal things that I went through. And just trying to push through that shit and making sure that they're making sure that I'm good. Everyone that I surround myself with is making sure I'm good through all this whole journey. With trying to, reach your dreams and putting everything that you have into, trying to build. And then on top of this, you know what I mean? Like I said, you have so many people around you. And, for the first 2 years out of you know, me trying to chase my dreams in my music career. Like I'm homeless. Like I don't have a spot to stay. I'm couch surfing, living in my whip. Like, you know, I mentioned it here and there in my songs, and I never really like even spoke about it. But like literally, like quite honestly, not having a place to stay or anything stable or people around you. You know what I mean? It means a lot to have those people around you that really want to support what you're doing. Being in and out of fucking toxic relationships and shit like that. Like, you know, but it all, you know, feeds the fire for what you're trying to accomplish, you know, in the long run.
Yep.
And, you know, and then eventually, you know, like I was talking to you guys before, being 10 months sober, becoming 10 months sober and the journey with that, and even like trying to fucking stay sane with that and maintain my personal relationship with God. You know, it's like, damn, like how can I even, you go through a lot more downs than you go through ups, you know what I mean? And then, you know, it's kind of, I feel like right now more so, like people from the outside can kind of see the positives that have happened through the discipline that I had through those times. You know what I mean? Because it's like I studied the music, I studied how to push it, I studied how to little things as far as like making the TikToks and you know what I mean, like using CapCut and all that shit. Like I taught myself how to do all that, which I mean, shout out to my team and all the homies, because you know they've you know shot my reels, and then I edit it and do all that shit through TikTok, and it's like that shit's really pushed my shit internationally, you know, to where you know I have a huge fan base in Australia, I have a huge fan base in Germany, I have one in Greece, you know what I mean, like all these countries that reach out to me on social media and shit, and it's like, damn, like it's crazy, but it's a blessing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
Like I said, and at this point in time, just continuing to study and that mental discipline and making sure that I'm focused on the goal at hand and not getting distracted by outside things or whatever, you know, whatever curveballs, you know, the world or the devil might try and throw my way, like just stiff arming that shit and just keeping understanding that the goal is to be one of the best to ever do it. You know?
That's right.
Yeah.
I can understand that you talk about relationships and women, and how that toxicity could go ahead and bring down your mind states. In that journey, have you learned to set standards, and also basically put your foot down on what you approve, what you not prove?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of it comes with self-respect and knowing your worth. A lot of times in my life, I didn't really apply self-respect like in the relationships, and it was kind of like, you know, a lot of shit was one-sided. And understanding what to take and what not to take as far as relationships, and understanding that water will waters you. You know what I mean? So if within this journey that I have, a female is with me, but she's not beneficial, like not beneficial, but if she's not mentally or emotionally helping me,
nurturing,
exactly, nurturing or just feeding into what I'm trying to accomplish, then it's not for me. You know, I'd rather go through this shit by myself than somebody that's gonna drain me. You know, and it sucks because kind of go a little bit more personal, like this shit can be fucking lonely. Like I'm not, you know, I don't have a constant 9 to 5 that I go to every day to where like I'm surrounded by people and working with people and working with customers, like with that constant social interaction. Like if I'm not with my homies, or if I'm not with like a female, or if, you know what I mean? And that's kind of where I slip up to, because I go, I think subconsciously I go out like that for that reason. Like if I go to fucking the bars or whatever, you know, and I get that social attention, and it's like, you know, not to sound like that, but when you go out after doing kind of a lot through like social media and shit, like people know who you are. Like I meet a lot of people that know who I am, you know what I mean? And it's cool because it's like the fruits of my labor, but it's like, okay, you know, like I went to PB for the first time last weekend, and then one of the bouncers from Mission Bay knew who I was, bought me and my cousin a drink. You know what I mean? So it's like, but that happens like a lot though. Like, and it's like, but it just kind of feeds into, it's like it can be negative. It can be negative because it's like, damn, like, okay, like I appreciate it, but it's like I'm drinking. It gets to the point where I start drinking too much.
Okay.
You know, but back to what you said about like the women and everything, it kind of all ties in, because it's like it's not if it's not contributing to the betterment of what I'm trying to do, then why the fuck am I giving it any attention?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's one thing. It's like women could be such a, you know, it could be very draining, or it could be very very helpful. You know what I mean? and it could break you down or it can help you. She could break you down or she could elevate you. And sometimes you become so blind to it because you might think they look the best. You might think that the material things that they have a car or a crib, or they have a family around them. Like they have a family around them that they've built up, and that, you know what I mean, they have kids, and you know what I mean, I don't have a family like that around me. It's like, okay, like this feels like home, but it's just really just comfortability, and that comfortability I don't want. That's what I've learned, is that if I notice I'm becoming too comfortable and I'm not getting work done, then it becomes an issue to me personally. And then it becomes very trying, because it's like, damn, like I gotta focus, I gotta lock in, I gotta get to what I gotta get through. You know what I mean? And you know, women could definitely be, you know, a distraction, and you kind of don't realize it, because it's like we all kind of want that. We want that company, you know. Right. You know, it's cool to me to have a woman's company, you know what I mean? And so to have somebody to be able to talk to that understands you, and not even just like on a sexual level, but just like on an intellectual level. You know what I mean? You want somebody that's going to be able to like chop it up with you on a day-to-day basis and knows you. And, you know, sometimes that shit can be very distracting. Very distracting.
It's like one clip I watched with Steve Harvey, I believe, where he was referring to like how women like are on a biological time clock, and men are on the financial time clock. Yeah. And that's where some decisions are being based off. You know how like they want marriage and then kids and whatnot. Yeah. And as guys, we want to have everything set before we get to that point in life.
Yeah. And that's a very, very good point. You know, and depending on who the woman is, and you know what I mean, like, you know, not all women are the same, but at the same time, some women are just, you know what I mean, they are on that clock, and I mean, some women are on a financial time clock too. You know what I mean? It just depends on who you're talking to, or the maturity level, or what she has going on. You know, every situation is different when it comes to women. You can't really base one off of the other. So the next woman that I, you know what I mean, interact with, I'm not going to base my interaction with her based off of the previous ones. You know what I mean? So, but, you know, God willing, you know, if I do, you know, run into a woman again that, you know, understands who I am as a person, and really like contributes to what I'm trying to do, you know, hopefully she helps instead of, you know, drains me. You know what I mean? Because I you know, but that ties back into wasted time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because now I just wasted so much time with her when I could have potentially put this into my craft. You know what I mean? And I can't afford that right now. Like I'm you know what I mean? I just turned 29. Like I feel like I don't have time for that shit.
I feel you, dog. Turn 29.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, time, you know, the clock is ticking, and I don't, you know what I mean? But that's not, you know, I just need to put all my energy into what's gonna help me grow instead of what's gonna drag me down. You know what I mean? Yeah. Potentially.
Everybody, grab a pen, grab a note paper. Bishop Snow's dropping some gems out here today. Yeah. Hey, dude, but I think it all really ties in, you know, from the time management to like even, you know, not necessarily obstacles, but like what's I freaking lost the word. It's like the like your test, because you're being tested at all times, bro. Like like the bouncer out there giving you drinks, like. Yeah, it's a cool gesture, but like, you know, I ain't really trying to do that. Appreciate it, you know. My homie's gonna drink it, or I'm just gonna toss it in the trash. But like, at all points, you're just being tested. And this year, bro, like, at least you know, looking from the outside in, I feel like 2024 has been extremely good to you, bro. Like, you know, from the interview with No Jumper, from your features with Inhale, with Doggy Style, like being able to travel abroad or even out here in the States, like it's been sick to see your name not in the little letters of the poster no more. You know, now your name's in like bigger letters, dog.
No, it's all a blessing, and I mean, I feel like all that kind of came with the consistency and you know, the constant drive to want to be better. You know what I mean? And it's a culmination of the past, you know, 2 years, 3 years, almost 3 years, to where it's like, you know, every little action and every little thing that I did kind of added up to it. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I will never want to be complacent or stagnant. You know what I mean? And so, you know, everything that I have is a blessing, and I appreciate every day that I'm here, that I'm alive, and that everything that I've been able to do, you know what I mean, as far as like all those opportunities. But there's so much more that I have to do. I can get so much better, you know, and I can do so much more within this within this craft and within what I'm trying to do. And whether it's that or even past that, like I'm thinking about businesses now, businesses I can start. I'm thinking about starting a workout supplement line. I'm thinking about, you know what I mean, like merchandise. What merchandise can I have that could tie into my branding that'll do good? It's all about, I feel like, elevation, and I feel like it's the next level. So like one thing that I'm constantly thinking about day in and day out is how can I get to the next level? You know what I mean? When I'm not having these fucking weird mental battles with myself and how to fucking, you know what I mean, stay sane. But you know what I mean? Like just, that's the eventual goal, is to elevate, you know what I mean, and to get better. And so now it's like, to where if I continue to put in the work, with the same amount of hunger and more hunger, then it's like, okay, like what else can I do? You know what I mean? But when I explain that, I feel like at times I could kind of sound ungrateful, but I don't want to make it sound like that, because I'm very, very grateful for everything that I've been able to do. And everything I've been able to do is a blessing. And like I said, every day that I have on this earth is a blessing. You know what I mean? Every second. And so, I'm too blessed to be stressed right now, but you know what I mean? It happens. We're human.
Yes, sir.
And so,
100%.
you know what I mean? And so, I feel like just past this, like, what else can I do? How much harder can I go? What, you know what I mean? What more can I do? And so, I feel like this is definitely going to be, a testament to that when I am able to make those things happen, to where like I'm going to look back at this time and be like fuck, man, like I got through that shit. So let's keep elevating.
Yeah.
Yo, you just kind of blew my mind right there, dog. Getting like a workout plan and supplement line.
Yeah.
I could see
That
that
would be
shit
dope.
pop off, bro. Because when I was looking at the videos from the first interview back in 2020, like you do look just a little bit smaller, bro. And like fast forward from 4 years from there, like you look like you put on a couple of extra pounds of muscle, dog.
Yeah. That interview, I was very, very skinny. I was probably like I was probably like 160s, like almost 170 in that video. Right now I'm 190. So
dang.
Just constant, just working out and shit like that, just every day, and learning about like nutrition and certain things, and taking creatine and just making it so that way it's a consistent thing. Like I've been working out for the last year and a half straight, like just not stopping at all. Like I'm not stopping.
Damn.
I don't take. Yeah, I think the most I've taken off. I think the most time I've taken off because I got busy was like 4 days in a row, which is fucking crazy to me. Like I will not do that shit again. You know what I mean? Like I work out every single day. I have a workout split. I do 4 sets of 14 every workout that I do. And then, you know what I mean, I go up in weight every time I lift. Like the people that do work out with me, like they see, like they know, you know what I mean? I don't take longer than a minute and a half in between my reps or my sets. So like I'll literally rest for an hour and a half or a minute and a half, and then I'll get back to my set. Unless I'm hitting a PR, then I'll hit 2 minutes just to kind of like mentally prepare for it. But yeah, like I'm very, very strict about that shit, about my workout routine. Like I'm very, very on it, and I do at least 6 to 8 workouts each day. So every muscle group I do all that shit. Like I'm very, very on it.
Yo,
How's that cardio looking like?
It's good. I actually started getting cardio in a few months ago. So with me going back to drinking, I made it a very, very specific thing to where before my workouts I'll do a mile or I'll do 2 miles on the treadmill, depending on the two. Basically, I mean, so the reason that number came in is because my car was broke down for like a year roughly. My steering column was broken, so it was an expensive repair, and I just didn't feel like doing it, so it just fucking sat there.
Yeah.
So every day I would walk from it's kind of open, but I was staying in my car at the time when it was broken down. So like I was staying in the whip in the neighborhood I grew up in, and then I would walk from the neighborhood to the gym, which from the east side to Crunch is
you're heading right there to the boulevard.
Yeah, which is that boulevard,
2.5 miles. Yeah, so I would basically go my route would be I would walk from the car to the studio in the morning. The studio's at Mad Strange, and then I would walk down to like Nevada, and then I would walk Nevada all the way like through those alleyways, all the way past like St. Mary, past all that to to Oceanside Boulevard, and then I would walk down. That was my routine every day. That's 2 miles. That's 2 miles there, and then I would work out for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then I would walk back. So that's 2 miles each way. So like depending on where I would start for, or whatever the case was. If I felt like it, I would Uber, but that was my cardio. So now that my car's working again, the only way that I can get my cardio in. Oh, and I was boxing at the time. I was at Navarez, so I was getting my cardio in Navarez too.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Brian, shout out Sandra. That whole gym, man, they brought me in and looked out for me tough. So that whole time that was my cardio. So now the only way and I was sober that whole time. I was sober that entire time. So that whole time, and so now that I'm drinking again, the only way that I could implement it was doing the treadmill before. So I do the treadmill, like I said, a mile or 2 miles before, but I do it on a steep incline, a very, very steep incline, and I do it, you know what I mean, and that helps. So it kind of like cancels it out, and I don't smoke or anything, so it doesn't, you know what I mean, I'm not like too like worried about that. But the cardio, I make sure it's there at all times, because it's very important, especially if I'm gonna be rapping and performing and shit like that, like all that shit. So, so I try and implement it how I can.
That's right.
So you gotta shoot me that workout plan, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
See if I keep up.
It's a simple split, but I mean, you know what I mean. It's just, I think the biggest thing is figuring out what workouts suit you. There's a lot of workouts that I don't do, just because physically they might be uncomfortable to me or whatever the case. You know what I mean. So I won't do them. So I'll just I'll just fucking just do like a certain set of workouts. You know.
There's a big correlation with not necessarily hip hop artists, but just any type of artist, rock music, whatever, mental health wise. It really shout out to the sponsors right here, bro. There's a big correlation between musicians and workouts for mental health.
Yeah,
like our brother here, Arm the Poet, he has to work out maybe 2 times a day, you know, and then he's fine. He can go out in public and be cool.
Yeah.
But
for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. But if he don't get his workout in, you know, he won't go outside.
Yeah.
He will not go outside because, whatever.
Yeah. It's really big for mental health, I feel like, and it's definitely
absolutely.
I feel like how do I say it? When I go to the gym, like I know that like physically I can get it done, but it's more so for my mental. It's more so for my mental more than anything, because it keeps me sane and it's a place for me to think. And I get a lot of work done on the treadmill. I figure out what reels I'm gonna post on TikTok. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
I listen to beats when I'm on the treadmill, like stuff like that. So as much as it is physical, you know what I mean, it's more so mental for me, and making sure that even if when I actually work out though, like I switch it. I don't just listen to music. A lot of the times I'm listening to gym motivation videos. Like I listen to fucking gym motivation videos a lot. Like I don't that honestly that gets
Goggins
me
going in.
Yeah, so that gets me more mentally focused than a lot of other things, because there's a lot that they say in there, and you know what I mean, it makes you think. But I listen to that, so it's just more so mental, you know what I mean. Like I said, the rest of it ties in, and just making sure I'm good in all aspects of life.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, out there in the Kick It Labs world, we are here with Bishop Snowman doing the damn thing. Oceanside. I just want to throw out like Oceanside legend now. I think you've reached to that pinnacle here in the city already, right? And like that's not the goal. The goal is to go worldwide. Yeah. But one thing that you said earlier, and I just want to like let you know, I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, but it's lonely at the top, man. It's lonely at the top, especially like just here in our city, right? Like here in our city, when you're at the top, man, it's lonely. It's lonely up there. You know?
When I hear that phrase, I think about Conejo's track. Lonely at the top, but it's even worse at the bottom.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I've never really thought about it like that, I guess. I mean, like you said, of course, like the world is definitely that's one thing I made sure that I'm very, very vocal about is like, a lot of people become satisfied with the best in the city title, and I you know what I mean? I just want to be one of the best to do it ever in the world, and then on top of that, just bring the city up with me. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know, and even with that, like, it sucks sometimes because it's like there's a lot of hate that comes from this area too. You know what I mean? And so, but you know what I mean? One thing that I always think about in my head is a Pusha T bar, and he says the love always accentuates the hate. You know what I mean? And so I think about that a lot, and I remind myself because, you know, I can't get stuck on the fact that people don't, you know what I mean, don't want you to succeed. But
and that would be in any, like, not even if you're rapping, like if you're a successful entrepreneur, you're still gonna get all that.
Yeah.
So we just have to understand that mentally for yourself or anybody that's doing it, anybody out there that's grinding and on their way up, like you're gonna get that all the time. Doesn't matter what you're doing, but you have to be mentally strong and do the things that keep you mentally strong to continue to rise up and follow those dreams.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
People are gonna hate, bro. Like, it's not necessarily that, you know, they don't want you to do good. It's just they don't want you to do better than them. You know, they're just in a way a little jealous. You know?
Exactly.
And a lot of people see, like, since we're all in the same city, there's a lot of people in the city. Oceanside is growing at extreme rates. There's a lot of people that think everybody's starting on the same level, and in reality, it's like, man, like everybody has an opportunity to do things. But it's how you take that time, the time management, everything that you're doing, being out there grinding. You're gonna go out there and put in some hours for your craft, or you're gonna go to the bar and hang out with your friends.
Yeah,
a lot of times people take the other route.
Yeah, and that's something that I slip up on too. You know what I mean, and trying to make sure that I'm taking advantage of the time and what I need to do as well. You know, but you know, I just always like I said, just try and be grateful for what I have and understand that, you know, at any time, like, all of it could be taken from me, and just, you know what I mean, and just I need to continue to do the work that I've been doing and try and get better every day and progress, you know, which is the same mentality that I hope that everybody else has with whatever they're trying to achieve, and I wish everybody the best, you know, and so, you know, but I definitely want people in the city to see that, you know, anything's possible.
That's right.
You know.
And I think we do have that sentiment here in Oceanside because, like, I know you've been all over San Diego, and you get sometimes those comments where it's like, yo, North County, wow, like, you guys are doing it. You know, there was a time where San Diego and North County didn't fuck with each other.
Yeah.
I think now it's starting to kind of, you know, there's starting to be a bridge built where it's like everybody from North County knows a lot of people out there in San Diego, and there's a mutual respect. It's not necessarily where it needs to be, but it's heading that way. It's heading that way.
Yeah.
And that's cool, you know, especially with like a lot of this the raza stuff and the what do they call them, chicanismo or carnalismo.
Yeah.
And it's like for me that was a big connection from San Diego to here. You know, shout out Placas, shout out all the people out there in San Diego doing the damn thing. But that was a big connection for me, was the carnalismo and all the Latino stuff going on out there. It really opened the doors for us to continue to grind. But how's your relationship with the stuff going on in San Diego? Are they vibing? They going, or are they the ones talking shit? Tell me, dog. Nah. You tell me. I'll let them know.
Nah, they're San Diego's been very, very supportive of what I've been trying to do and the artists. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm not connected with a lot of people in San Diego like that, but I mean, like the ones like Lil Weirdo, TC3, TC4, like those are the homies. JoJo Too Faded.
Shout out.
Yep, shout out all of them. JoJo Too Faded reached out to me early on, and then, you know, I've known Lil Weirdo for a while too, and then TC3 and TC4 more so recent, but I mean, still, those are the homies. Those are my dogs, and so, like, being able to work with TC3, get music in with him, which, I mean, I feel like everyone in San Diego has really, really good music. You know what I mean? Lil Maru, 22 G.
A lot of talent out here.
There's a lot of talent. Like I said, Lil Maru, 22 G. Like these guys, I've met s7e, but I haven't really I haven't worked with him or like Memo or any of those guys. But I mean, they've all reached out and recognized, you know what I mean, the fact that, you know what I mean, like it's, I mean, Lil Weirdo just shouted me out on I don't know what they call Icon's new podcast, but but they were just talking about that too. So I mean, it's nothing but love, you know what I mean. And Lil Weirdo's definitely made that connection between here and there too, and he's always been aware of North County. And a lot of the people in San Diego know about North County, you know what I mean. And even other people that aren't even rappers, like Hoodie from the Hood, that's the homie. And you know, there's a really really good connection. No one from San Diego has really like hated or anything like that. Not that, not specifically, you know what I mean. Even Mr. Shadow reached out when I was starting this stuff too.
There you go.
You know what I mean. So, you know, it's been a lot of love from a lot of different sections.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely. It's not me.
And I just think it's really cool, cause we are like on the outskirts of San Diego. So like a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, North County, y'all like." You guys are like Orange County, right? And it's like
South LA.
So I was like, fuck it is what it is, you know. But we are North County, and there's a lot of pride here, in our area, and we represent to the fullest. You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what gets, you know, a lot of static going on is because, man, you guys are really proud over there. You guys are really proud of it. But we should be, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cool things going on out here in North County. And we kind of get the best of both worlds because a lot of the Orange County stuff, the LA stuff, San Diego stuff, man, for us is just a hop and a skip.
Yeah,
and we'll be right there. Really, you know, we'll be right there.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I mean, and from the get go, like a lot of the LA guys and a lot of the LA artists, they showed a lot of love and respect too. And then I mean, I didn't really tap in with anybody from Orange County until later, like just really Drex. You know what I'm saying? I have him on Instagram. Shout out him and everything he's been doing. But yeah, I mean, LA showed love early on because, funny story. I mean, the first time I ever recorded a song back in March 2021 was the first time I ever recorded a song. After I got done recording, I recorded in LA, and then I went to Memo's house, the one that does Night of the Black Skin. And then from there, you know, the friendship that we built and the people that he brought me around, you know, Crook, CNG, that was when I met Lil Weirdo, Duno, all these guys, and even like Reverie and all these people, they all show love from the get-go, you know what I mean? And Reverie had already worked with Mad Strange before, so like she knew who Mad Strange was and Oceanside.
Yeah, she's a big fan of Oceanside, so shout out to Reverie, man.
Yeah, shout out Reverie and all the people from LA, you know what I mean? It wasn't ever like any like kind of animosity or hate, you know what I mean? And even more so recently, like for like Spanky Loco to have reached out and me doing a song with him and stuff like that. For the older generation to have done the same, and even like Baldacci's reached out, you know. You know, there's just a gang of people that have reached out, and you know, it's all love, you know what I mean? And even from other sections too. Who else has hit me up? Paul Walls hit me up telling me to keep going. Waka Flocka's hit me up.
That's right.
Larry June the same.
Hey.
Who else has hit me up? There's been a good amount of people that have hit me up from different sections and just kind of just told me like just keep going. What you're doing is working.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's a beautiful thing, man. It's like, and life is gonna hit, you know, regardless of how good you're doing or how bad you're doing, man. Life is always gonna hit. But I feel like people in your position, God is doing what He can, and He's gonna take you through this journey, and He knows that you can handle it.
Yeah,
you know, the good and the bad.
Man, to the best of my abilities, and just you know, just pushing through all these trials and tribulations, and understanding that, you know, like, you know, He's getting me through it. You know what I mean? And God has got me through, you know, a lot of different stages in my life, and you know, I just continue to have that conversations with Him and that relationship with Him, and just making sure that you know, that I you know, I'm very very grateful for everything that I have been blessed with.
Yeah,
you know, and understanding that, you know, it's you know, you can't enjoy the good without the bad. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can't enjoy the peaks without the valleys. So we're gonna, you know, you're gonna go through everything, and it's, you know, no matter how hard it tests your faith, just keep pushing.
Yeah, man.
You know?
And you're pushing, man. You're pushing. You're doing the damn thing, man. There's so much respect that here at the Kicker Labs that we have for you.
Thank you.
And we're fans, man. We're fans, and we're watching you. And every time you pop up somewhere doing something big, like the Adam 22 thing, like, yo, the no jumper thing, I was proud. I was like,
you.
"Fuck yeah, bro, let's go."
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool to be able to do that, and like, you know what I mean, like for him to have hit me up personally and told me to like,
Wow,
link up. You know what I mean, and so, took my homies with me. You know what I mean, my family, Mike, Musoka, and Ray. You know, and those are three guys too.
That was my favorite part. Like just seeing, not necessarily watching anything, just seeing like what you guys posted.
Yeah.
So you had your picture with him, and then you had your picture with him with your boys.
Yeah. And
that's cool.
You know what I mean? They you know, I make sure that if I'm able to take them on that journey with me, then I will. Because I mean, like I said, like they're a big part of everything that I've done too. Like if I was, you know, if like I wasn't eating, I didn't have a place to stay, like whatever the fuck it was. If I was walking somewhere, like whatever it is, you know what I mean. Like they've been there for me. Their families have been there for me. You know what I mean. And you know, they're all a big part of the story. They're a huge fucking part of the story. And I feel like, you know, people might see that if they're around, but you know what I mean. You really got to be like around us to see it. But it's like that's like on a personal level, like outside of just us posting up together. Like those are. You know, without them, I fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably be dead or in jail. Straight up. You know 100%. What I mean?
You know, one of my favorite ones was when Duno came and kicked it with y'all.
Yeah, Duno hit me up like fucking the night before and was like, yo, let's really do a fucking, like, yeah, hit me up. And that's why I was thinking about it. I was like, fuck, like, I was like, I don't know. I watched the Rowdy Rax one, his vlog with him, and I was like, fuck. I was like, where do I take him? And so I was like thinking of all the places to possibly take him, and then we started, you know what I'm saying, started at the crib, and then went from
to Mass Strange.
Went to Mass Strange, went to Armando's, and then
shop.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So to be able to like show him like certain things like that, and even like Armando's and stuff like that, like in the neighborhood, it was cool. And
what was his official like the Mexican food, man, like. Because it's different, right? Like L.A., San Diego, there's always that thing.
Yeah.
What was his final verdict on stuff like that?
He never really said anything personally about it, but, you know, I know how different L.A.'s Mexican food is, you know what I mean? And even, like, let alone, like, the adobada, like, it's way different, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we never really discussed it. But, I mean, off camera when we talked about, like, when he was on the Strand and he saw the Strand and the way that everything was, it was like, he was just like, yo, like, this is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And really just being able to show him just like even that part of the city, you know what I mean, and it was cool. It was cool. He liked it though. He liked it though, and you know.
Cause I think like just with how Oceanside is growing financially and all the hotels and all the gentrification that they're doing, it's cool that our community still has, you know, certain sections and everything where we just do us, right?
Yeah.
And like the murals that are going down, all this cool stuff that's happening. Like summertime, it was cool. There was a lot of visitors and you know people. But now it's like community time. Now it's our time.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
To enjoy the beaches and do what we got to do. You know.
Yeah. And
summer is great, but I really enjoy like the fall and the holiday seasons here in our city. That's my favorite time.
Yeah. It's you know it's. The city's growing. It's a lot different than when we grew up. A lot of different aspects. And like you said, the murals going up at Balderrama.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool to have seen that park, you know, when it was different, even them redoing the playground, like what the playground used to look like. I mean, even back in the day, like when they redid it, it was just, it's all different and it's growing. And the approach that they're having on the park, and they're not bringing in random people. It's all artists from the neighborhood. My Uncle John, you know what I'm saying? Frisk, you know, all these guys, you know, Dopey. Shout out Mike Oside Hit-Ups. You know what I'm saying? Like all these guys, you know what I mean? Even like numerous artists that I can't, you know what I mean? I can't even name all of them right now, but they're just, you know, they're all locals, and you know, they're all people that are very, very talented and have been doing it, you know what I mean, for a long time, disabled as well. Yeah. You know, it's cool to see what is, you know, happening to that, and the positive approach that the entire neighborhood is having towards it. You know what I mean? And it's a legendary thing to happen if you really know the history of that old park. You know,
and it's crazy too because it's an official like it's a Chicano Park like sister, right? It's gonna be a sister part.
They're gonna bless it and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be amazing, you know. And once again, shout out to Osai Hit Ups. We got the Osai Hit Ups right here, right in the back, right there. You probably can't see it on the cameras today, but yeah, man. Shout out to him. And the city is trying. The city is trying to keep the community involved in all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And we've been going to. They asked us to be on a board, because they're different, right? They're different tax bracket. They're different everything. And us, I guess, we're just deep roots in our community. Yeah. So they asked us to be on a board, and so a lot of the stuff that's going on in the city, we kind of get a little bit of a say on how things go. And I think it's been a blessing. So I really do commend the city of Oceanside for trying. You know, they're trying. They're trying all kinds of different stuff. And shout out to them.
Even at the rapid pace that they approved the park being painted, like that was crazy. Like you would think that it would take like years for that to go through, but they just like that, they made it happen.
And I do got to give a shout out to the lowrider community as well, because they have a big hand in a lot of this Latino stuff that's going on. And,
sure do.
Because they kind of just said, yo, this is our city. We're doing what we got to do. Yeah. And then there's just been some miscommunication between the city and the lowrider teams. And now finally they're like, okay, like, all right, the city has to take a step back. And this is your guys' city, so you guys do what you guys got to do. Let's just work together.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right there, bro. There's been so much miscommunication for the last couple of years, and you know the whole development. It's good, you know, it's good in the long run, but like being able to have our spaces again and being able to actually be heard, that I think that's what has been missing in the OSI community for a pretty long time.
Yeah. Speaking about all this, I also want to give a special shout out to our mayor, Esther Sanchez, as well, for playing a part and all this forthcoming as well.
Yeah. The first Latina and the first woman mayor since like the 30s or something.
No, since it was founded, bro.
It was founded
in the 1887, I believe, something like that.
Yeah. Shout out to the whole city and what the city's doing right now, man, and you know, just from all aspects. You know, the city's really away from the tourism, you know what I mean? The community itself is really just growing, and it's dope to see what, you know, the city's becoming. Especially, like I said, in comparison to how divided everything was growing up. The unity is definitely there right now. And then you guys are going to be at the event on Saturday, right? The youth-led Politicon? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I'm giving a speech.
Oh, nice.
I'm giving a speech at that event. So.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit. You just recently did the spoken word.
Yeah, man. I did the spoken word at the Raza. What's the
art exhibit?
Yeah, the art exhibit. Shout out to Cultura Coffee. They that was very dope to see. You know, everything that was involved, and you know, it was just overall it was great. But to do spoken word, it was a little different. You know what I mean, and to be able to, you know, in comparison to performances, you know what I mean, a spoken word that I wrote a day before in the gym parking lot, you know what I mean? Like I was you know, I felt the inspiration, and that's how it happens sometimes, you know, and to be able to, you know, just kind of speak on things that I think about on a day-to-day basis at this point in time in my life. It was fucking nerve-wracking, but you know what I mean? It was cool to be able to do it.
Hey, you came in cool, calm, and collected, though. Like you handled that. You came in confident, because, you know, all that stuff right there, like being seen, being on stage, a lot of people can't do that. Like right off the back, like, oh, come up here. Oh, no, I can't do it. I'm out. You know? And just, you know, just being cool, calm, collected. You came in, you handled your business, and it was great as well. You know, you did a great job. Just all that is commendable, man. It's really amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely it took a lot. But I had my little I had my agua de sandia for my little coping mechanism. You know what I mean? I was just drinking my watermelon juice. I was like, all right, cool, we on. And then it was go time. But you know what I mean? Like I said, to be able to read that out and, you know, to do spoken word. You know, it wasn't DMX or Kanye on Def Jam, but you know what I mean? I was trying to do what I could. And it was like maybe like 32 bars long. So I was like, ain't no way I'm finna memorize this shit in a day.
Yeah.
you know, I just went up there and did what I could. I would much rather have like memorized it, given it some time, and then added more emotion to it. But I just, you know,
I think you did
first
a great
one.
job adding emotions right to it, bro.
Yeah, first one. You know, I tried.
Yeah.
Thank you though.
Is that something that you feel like you want to continue and do little pockets here and there of stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that doing that, you know, for the first time, it kind of gives me like a different perspective of like, okay, there are still things that I'm going to do for the first time even right now. You know, like with the experience that I've had with like performing and writing and making music now, it's like, okay, what other avenues can I partake in? And understand that it's not going to be perfect the first time, but at least it starts somewhere. So now, based off of what I learned from that spoken word and the criticism that I gave myself, now the next spoken word, it's like, okay, now I'm going to memorize it. Now I can add more emotion. Now I can actually like, you know, interact with the crowd based off of what I'm writing. Right. You know what I mean? And so, you know, the first time of many different things. You know what I mean? Like I said, whether it's the businesses, whether it's the merchandise, whether it's, you know, all these different things that I want to do. Acting, you know, I want to do more modeling. You know, just so that way, you know, I'm everywhere. You know, and it's right. You know, it's impossible to ignore me at that point. So, you know, just, you know, like I said, it's for a lot of things, it's going to be my first time. And I feel like that was kind of what I took out of that was, you know, it's going to be, I got to take a first step somehow.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's very important for everybody that's watching, everybody that's inspired by everything that Bishop is doing. You guys just keep going. Just keep going. Even in times of adversity, man, like you just got to keep on moving. As long as you keep on moving, you don't stay still, it's going to work out for you. And
the main thing is start. It doesn't matter where you start, but start. Because if you don't even take that first step, how are you going to know?
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly. You got to start the grind somewhere.
I want to go ahead and take a step back on emphasizing and focusing on the modeling aspect of this. Because, of course, in your younger ages, too, you've also modeled as well, right?
Yeah. I modeled before anything else. I started I first modeled with Polluted late 2020, I think.
Shout out Polluted.
Because I was bald my first photo shoot. Like I was fucking like bald. I shaved my head, so I was fucking bald. If you look at the first photo shoot I ever did, I was completely bald, and I was wearing a face mask. So yeah, it was 2020. And then after that, I grew my hair out. So it's like it's crazy seeing all the photo shoots slowly over time. But yeah, so Polluted, and then I think after that, it was actually at Mike's birthday party when I actually first approached Andres for Mad Strange about shooting for Mad Strange, and I was fucking drunk as shit. I was like blacked out at Mike's 21st birthday party, and I just remember like in the backyard being like, so when are you gonna let me model for Mad Strange? And that was like the beginning of everything. So Mad Strange, I've modeled for 90s out of Vista.
Shout out 90s.
What else have I modeled for? Like as far as like local brands, those were really like the ones. And then from there, I started working with, more so recently I've worked with FB County, I've worked with Pro Club.
Even on the Pro Club one, you brought all the homies up in there as well. I saw that. I was like, hell yeah.
So the Pro Club one was kind of more like a...
it was like a music session, right?
Yeah, it was a music session, but like it was kind of like, okay, like I'm gonna work with them now. Like they send me clothes. Like even like the shoot that we did at Balderrama, like they brought clothes, they brought T-shirts, everything. I was able to hand T-shirts out to people that were walking past. Like kids were leaving school, I was like, yo, like here, take some. You know what I mean? I was just handing clothes out to the homies.
That's dope.
And so the live session, it was like, you know, to be able to bring out, you know, everybody that day, you know, it was dope. And even the homie Claro, you know what I mean, from Musole, he even said, you know what I mean, he said it takes a village, you know what I mean, because we had to run a extension cord from the homie Mikey's pad across from the fucking park, you know what I mean, run it to the basketball court so that way we could do it, you know what I mean, and it's just like it's all love, you know what I mean, and so, you know, to have that kind of support, you know, it means the world to me, you know what I mean, and so. Yeah, the Pro Club one was dope because I was able to bring everybody out and kind of like have everybody involved, and it's like, oh shit, like Pro Club, you know what I mean? Like, we all grew up rocking Pro Club, so it's like, you know, it just means a lot, you know, it means a lot, and especially for like the owner of Pro Club to have come down himself and like bring his whole team.
Yeah,
and then that actually brought in a different connection because the guy that was running the audio for that Chris, shout out Chris. He's Snoop's personal engineer, so he works.
Very nice.
He works at he engineers all of Snoop stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So then like that kind of came into play, and then it was like, oh shit, okay. So yeah, no, there was a gang of opportunities that came out of that. So I mean, I'm trying to think of other brands that I've worked with. But as of right now, like FB County, I work with consistently. I just shot with them last week. I'm like one of their like brand ambassadors, I guess.
Very
So
nice.
like you know what I mean. I work with them, and shit. Who else have I worked with? I think that's pretty much it as far as other brands.
He's like, don't ask me. He's
So
like,
far.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now, but yeah, no, it's you know, but I mean, even that's, you know what I mean, crazier than anything I would have ever thought, you know what I mean, and so to be able to,
and those are big brands, especially in our communities, you know, Latino communities, any community, you know, really, those brands are huge.
and that's you know, it's a blessing, like I said, and you know, past that, like I want to work with other brands, so like whatever else I can get, whatever else I'm blessed with, you know, I'm definitely gonna, you know, make that happen as much as I can, you know.
Well, we're definitely gonna get a Kick It Labs Bishop Snow collab going on.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? We'll get the things going and
that
stuff,
would.
you know.
Yeah.
But besides any of that stuff, man, tell us a little bit about the music you have coming out right now and the your album out that's out.
So I just finished Mission Ave 2 that came out on July 1st. That was my first album this year. And that was after like a year of not releasing, you know, an album. I really wanted to take my time with that because I feel like I've rushed a lot of projects in the past just based off of like trying to get it out, and it didn't really come out the way that I wanted to. Also, too, the mixing and understand like production and mixing wise, like what the standard that it needs to be at.
Yeah.
Shout out Doggy Style for that actually, because Doggy Style was just like, yo, like, you know, the quality is everything, and really like pushed me to make sure that the quality was good. And I was just on our song alone on No Hitter, so it was like past that, like it was like, okay, now I have an understanding of that. And so now a lot of you know, it's coming out a lot different now. But Mission Ave 2 was heavy, you know, G-Funk, like gangster rap influence, you know what I mean, heavy album, which I've actually never, before that I never did a feature. Like before this year, like I never had a feature. All my projects were just me, no features. And so with this one I had Inhaled, CC3, D-Boy, Doggy Style, Yellow Hill, Ivory the Goddess from Watts, MC Bob. I had a gang of features on there, and it was just it was dope to be able to work with all them and for them to put their faith in me to have like these good songs that come through, you know what I mean, or something that they felt was good. And it was really just my attempt at making something that was just really, you know what I mean, what I felt was you know what I mean, good. And so a lot of those were last second. Oh, John Gibbs was on there too from Oceanside.
Shout out.
John was one of the reasons I started music actually, you know what I mean, and so it was cool to be able to get something in with him, you know, and somebody that really like, you know, influenced me as far as from being from Oceanside too.
100%. He's killing. He's a killer.
Yeah.
And he's been on this podcast as well. Go out there, look for his podcast. Him and Obed together. Here at the Kick Labs.
And you know something, Bishop? I think I have to say, especially to you personally, bro. Like, you could sing, my guy. Like, I've heard a couple of your tracks where you're like, you know, actually like giving it a go with the pipes, and yo, you could definitely sing.
Thank you. I try and I haven't really like sang on anything yet. I kind of try and keep it like more so like just melodic right now. But I mean, I can do like R&B tracks like I have, and so I want to start getting towards that. I guess right now I'm just I'm stuck in a rut because I'm like, fuck, man, like there's so many different directions that I want to go with my music.
That's the hardest part always, like getting you got something going, like what's the next step? There's so many directions, where do I want to go with it?
And trying to make it better. But I guess to be more direct, I guess right now, me and Ace Beats are working on a collaboration EP.
Very nice.
So that's going to be coming through. I have a song in my phone with Honorable C Note, his production on it, which is crazy because he works with Metro, you know what I mean, and Future and all these guys, and I just went on like a weird little like 2-month, 3-month binge to where like, because earlier this year, I was stuck on Might Delete Later by J. Cole, Blue Lips by Schoolboy, and We Don't Trust You, the first Future album that they came out with him and Metro. Yeah. And for like the last 2-3 months, I was on a trap binge. Like I was straight just Key Glock, fucking Future, Moneybag. Like I was just like stuck on that Sauce Walker. I was stuck on that for a while, and so like I couldn't really like get out of that for some reason, and so like I started giving trap a try, and it was just it sounds so weird to me, like me rapping with that cadence and that flow, but I mean I'm trying to get it together so that way like I can get something that's going for me, because at the same time, like it's not like trap has never been on the West Coast, but it's just doing it in my style so that way I think it sounds like something that's, you know what I mean, because I want it to sound authentic too. Like it's not like I'm just rapping about dumb shit, but like you know what I mean, like, and I feel like I'm at a time in my life to where I do want to change the lyrical content. You know, I want to rap about, you know, more positive things too. You know, because the gangster rap can only go so far, and it's not like I'm running out of things to say, because like I could talk about that shit all day. Like I did that shit for years, you know what I mean, and there's a lot that I could say, but I think at this time in my life, I think I want to have a different approach to it. But
and just grow musically.
And so I don't know, man. It's so, and then like I went to Stagecoach, and then I started listening to fucking country, and then it's like, you know what I mean? Like I hated country. So like, you know, after Stagecoach, I started diving into fucking country, and then it's like, damn, I'm being pulled in so many different directions, and you know, as of right now, like, it's not like I'm gonna stop the G-Funk thing, but I want to see what else I could do too, and become better as an artist and become more, you know, because I'm like 4 projects in right now on G-Funk, and I'm like, yo, like, you know, I just don't want to do it forever. That's the thing, because I don't want to get stuck in that lane. I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to get stuck in the G-Funk lane. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's cool. It's cool to do that, but you know, what else can I do that can make it better? And I guess I get kind of stumped on that. But a lot of my times in the studio right now, a lot of shit has been experimental. Like, and I don't really have the beats for that right now. Like, a lot of shit that I have is West Coast shit, but it's like, you know, so I find myself on BeatStars, like, going through a lot of stuff. But I guess the focus right now is you know, getting the Ace Beats one done, and Ace has fucking insane beats, and it's like, he he's done a lot of Doggy Styles production. He's worked for X-Rated. He's worked with who else has he worked with? He's worked with a lot of gang of different people. Triz, you know what I mean? And like his whole resume is crazy. But the thing that I like about Ace is that it's authentic West Coast beats. Like the shit that you hear in his beats, it's like that shit's authentic West Coast sounds. And so like he produced Your Worst Nightmare by me and Doggy Style. It was Doggy Style featuring me, and then No Hitter he did. And then another producer is Zeke, who did Underrated by Zoe Osama, and he produced Top Dog for me and These Days, which are both on Mission Ave too. Bass beats out of the Bay too. He's fucking crazy. He sent me a pack, and I was like, holy shit, like this is crazy. Like his sound is really authentic too. But you know, it's very, very few producers out there that can send me a pack, and like everything that I hear in the pack, I'm like, oh fuck, like, you know what I mean? I need to get on this shit right now. But I've been stumped, you know what I mean? Ever since the album, I guess I stressed so much about the album and trying to get that shit right that I didn't take a hiatus, I guess, in a sense. Like, I guess I
kind of slowed down a little bit.
Slowed down a little bit, get my mind right. I don't want to overwhelm it, but at the same time, like right now, I'm just kind of forcing myself to get back into it. I'm like, yo, I need to get this shit done. I need to figure out how to do better. And so I'm listening to a lot of music, but trying to come up with better melodies, you know what I mean? What features I can come up with, like how can I just elevate past what I've done in the past? Like I feel like I need to elevate, but you know, I feel like you need to chase progression and not perfection. You know what I mean? So
All the time, all the time. And I mean, it'll come, bro. I mean, maybe you just need to go on a hike or, you know, some other stuff that I ain't really gonna say.
Stagecoach, Doug.
nah, shit. I'll go stagecoach again. I don't know. That's too much. I ain't gonna say what I want to say. But, too many fucking distractions.
We get it.
I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to dip my foot back in that fucking pool that I just got. You know what I'm saying?
So. No, 100%, man.
Mike knows exactly what I'm saying.
I be watching your stories and shit, dog. Talking about you teleporting from one place to another. I'd be like, damn, I got wildin' tonight.
Man, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm trying to get back to the sober shit. Because I'm like, I be doing too damn much. And then, like, I don't know. Last Tuesday, we took gang of shrooms and just.
Tuesdays are lit, dog.
Good God.
Shrooms are good though. If you know how to do them properly, they do help out. They do help a lot.
Oh, they do. It was just I haven't done shrooms in over a year, and it was just like a mental reset for me. You know what I mean? And so that was what I wanted, and you know, me and Mike went fucking ham on a Tuesday, and it was just, you know what I mean. It was cool, but it was very refreshing, and it was what both, you know what I mean. It was what we needed. It's just a mental restart. So I mean, it's. You know, to each their own. However, people feel that they need to go about, you know what I mean, what they do. But you know what I mean, as long as they indulge responsibly. But you know, it definitely was good to have. But I mean, I feel like I need to go like explore some shit too. I'm honestly been thinking about just going to the Bay for like a weekend by myself. Yeah, and just
the Bay is
that sounds fun,
wild.
Bro. You know what I mean? I want to go. I want to go to the Bay and just chill. I don't want to fucking link with nobody. I just want to walk around and chill and see something different. You know what I mean, or something.
Well, me and Louie, we just did this 2-day music festival in Hamul out there in the desert and shit. Yeah. And yeah, it was a fucking sober fest. Yeah, there was so many drugs. It was amazing. It was cool. It was really cool, man. It was fun, and we was camping. You know what I'm saying? Camping and community breakfast and everything, and it was a eye opener, you know. But for us, it was a reset. Yeah, it's like a reset. Okay, let's just leave everything behind. Yeah, we're here, and we just be present here. Yeah, and it was really good. It was great for us.
You know what was the funniest comment that came out from you guys posting you guys are out there? It was from Shingo, and he was supposed to be out there. He even pulled up. Yeah, he's like Brokeback Mountain activities.
Yeah,
I was like, damn.
Shout out Shingo.
That's crazy.
It was wild. It was wild out there. But same thing, a lot of distractions, man. The sober ladies out there, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
Trouble.
Y'all healthy.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's crazy.
Yes,
I got some people in Idaho I need to go see. So I'm like thinking about that.
Yep.
I'm thinking about shit. I'm thinking about a lot. I'm just trying to stay away from TJ.
Yeah. One thing, yeah,
definitely. Almost every interview, dog, so far, like TJ's almost been mentioned each time.
Man, TJ's a wonderful fucking place.
Yeah, it's right here. You know, it's just down.
And I love going to TJ, but like now I don't know. I need to chill. I need to figure it out.
Maybe expand it farther. Like we have a lot of stuff going on in Guadalajara. Maybe we'll invite you out.
Well,
I'm down.
He's like, I'm there.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, my baby mama's from Jalisco.
Oh, there you go.
So
there you go.
I'm
That's
somewhat
right.
familiar with it out there.
That's right.
And also your experience out there with Inhale when you went down south in Mexico.
Yeah, it was Mazatlan, dude. That shit looks sick.
Yeah, we did that song with West Gold, and West Gold is signed to Universal, and so like Universal like flew us out and like fucking. I don't have a passport, so I had to fly out of TJ. We like, you know what I mean, flew Volaris, and I was like, shit. Mazatlan was fucking dope. so we had, and it was crazy because I was sober during that trip. So like I didn't drink, but like they told me that like Pacificos were better out there, all this shit. And so we got out there at night. We were out there for 3 days total. We had a 3-story Airbnb with West Gold, Inhale. Like we were all chilling. Yeah, we were playing pool and shit at night, and then and then the next day we started in the morning. We shot all day, but later in the fucking day we got a boat and then went out to the islands. Yeah. And then we had like these females there. And it was just,
But that's the type of shit I'm saying is like when we see and people here in the city see you doing that stuff on a boat, living it up, man. Working. You guys are working.
Yeah, for sure.
But you guys are enjoying it, bringing camaraderie. You got your team there with you. Mastering. Shout out to Mastering.
Yep.
And Like that's the stuff that I see, and I'm like, yeah, man, fuck yeah, dude, you're doing it. Like I love it.
That was a dope experience. I had I had ceviche. I don't know if you say con or de pulpo. So it's like it was just octopus ceviche, but
Pulpo,
yeah, con pulpo. So it was like, yeah, it was that shit was amazing. I had fish tacos, but it was dorado. That shit was amazing. And then the food out there was insane. Like it was crazy, but it was really good. And then just the whole experience. You know what I mean? And being able to go out there and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared as fuck to go to Sinaloa, but you know what I mean? It was dope. It was a dope experience.
Mazatlan is chill, bro. Like Culiacan, that's different.
Yeah,
that's way different.
I'm not going to Culiacan. Fuck
like,
that shit.
Not gonna lie, I don't know how you feel, but like to me, Mazatlan feels a lot like San Diego, bro. It's got like very similar vibes.
Yeah, it was definitely like that. It was there were certain parts like that, but that was more towards like the Malecon, because it was like Malecon was like kind of like that over there by the playas and stuff like that, but we stayed inland. We stayed like inland in
once
the
you start getting into the neighborhoods and stuff, then you start feeling it like, oh shit, you're somewhere else.
I mean, of course, like, you know, just kept my head down the whole time. I don't do nothing flashy. I don't do nothing crazy. But it was it was definitely dope. But yeah, I'll never fucking go to Culiacan or anything like that. But like, I mean, shout out to those parts. But that shit's just crazy. And like, I have family in Morelia. You know what I mean? In Michoacan, and I'm not going to Michoacan. I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
bro.
But it's
I also have family out there too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like those are beautiful places, but it's just like you know, I just you know, it's a crazy place.
It's too crazy out there right now.
I want to go to Ciudad de Mexico too.
Yeah. Ciudad de Mexico is
beautiful, bro.
Outrageous. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's something that like you have to go and you come back and you be like, yo, I've never seen anything like that shit before, because it's wild. Like the people out there, like they're on the move. It's not a beach town. You know, everybody's on the move. It's crazy. It's crazy out there, and a lot of great entertainment and stuff too. But something that we've been talking about here, we've been kind of planning for the last 2 years. We just don't have the budget and everything else that comes along with it. But we've been trying to work on like a little Mexico, Japan tour type of thing, you know, because we have a lot of connections out there in Mexico, Guadalajara, Ciudad, and all over, you know. So I think it'd be really cool to maybe speak this into existence. And you know, have Bishop as a headliner. That will really pave a lot of ways for things to happen and stuff. So we're gonna speak that into existence. Cake Labs official. What do we call them?
Tour?
No. Like you heard it here first, yo.
Yeah,
definitely heard it here first. So Bishop, the invitation is extended to you, brother. As soon as we lock it in to go to Japan, best believe we're gonna try and get you on that bill.
I got a connection in Japan too, so
all right,
we'll work together.
We talked together. We're working on some stuff, but you know, the Japan Bishop tour might have, you know what I mean, we might have the wheel turning on that one.
There you go.
That would be fucking dope. I just want to eat some ramen.
Yeah.
I want to go Tokyo drift some shit and eat some ramen. You know what I'm saying?
So we've been building out there for the last 2 years, and they wanted us out there. 2 years ago, we couldn't make it. Last year, couldn't do it. This year, couldn't do it. But next year, like I had to turn down a fucking DJ Mug show.
Oh shit!
They tried to book us to come out, but there was no budget, you know. So it was all money in for us, you know, or all money out, should I say, right?
Yeah.
And we just couldn't do it. And they're like, well, fuck it, Lens, you go by yourself. I was like, I ain't going out there by myself, yo. I need my boys, you know what I'm saying? I need my team.
Real shit. Yeah. Sometimes the journey just, you know what I mean, don't amount to it.
It ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to go. I want to be international. So
that's right.
That'll be dope.
Well, Bishop, you will get there, man. Any last words for the people out there watching?
Oh man, everybody, man, just you know, keep pushing and keep going, chase your dreams, and understand that anything is possible, and you know, maintain your faith and just put all your work in. Put all your work in, every little bit of passion that you have. You know what I'm saying, and make sure that you have the right reasons for what you're doing. But shout out to the city of Oceanside as a whole. Shout out KK Labs, Mad Strange, everybody, Navarre's Boxing, everybody that we talked about here today, Night of the Black Skin, you know, everybody that's really like pitched in throughout the journey and really made the dream possible. You know, I couldn't have done it without y'all.
That's right.
Well,
that's right.
Bishop, thanks again, bro, for giving us a little bit of your time and sitting down for this interview, and looking forward to the next interview, whether it's next year or the year after that. But
for real.
we're gonna keep on the grind on this side too.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is and it's finally come to an end. The Bishop Snow 2024 interview here at the KK Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. KK Labs, and go ahead and follow Bishop Snow on all streaming platforms. That's right. Well, anybody?
Shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot to mention, but big shout out to Piccolo. He's out there working in the back. And, of course, you guys might have missed Louis on this episode, but he's out there producing this exact episode. So big shout out to Louis, and shout out to y'all for tuning in.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And with all that being mentioned, you can catch us around next time. Yo, thank you for sipping with us, thank you for toking up with us, thank you for kicking it.
Yeah.
Hey, he didn't fuck that one up. That's good.